Good morning. I see that we're live, and I also don't see my battle buddy this morning. So I don't know where she's off to, and I'm hoping that she will jump on at some point. But it's nice to see everybody. You know that I'm not going to be able to post in chat because I can't multitask that way. But it is Monday, July 26th. It is the last Monday in July. This time just keeps flying by. We thought 2020 went fast. 2021 is like, no pun intended, zooming. So today I wanted to talk, share a little bit about reading materials. What are you reading this week? And are you making time in your busy schedule to read? Oh, look at that. My battle buddy showed up. She's got to get her audio on.
I know. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm in so much pain. I'm moving slow.
Yeah, I have my TENS unit on even as we speak. I hope you have.
I need to pull mine out. Yeah, so it's causing me to move slow, and then I was feeding the dogs, and Kane was giving me a fit.
Yeah, we're both, Valerie and I both enjoy back issues. This weekend, we both had an episode, so we're kind of feeling our age, I think. Although I think you feel that way as we're young. So I was just starting to talk about books, Valerie, because I wanted to talk about what we're reading. There's a lot of challenges out there, the holistic challenges, get healthy physically, get healthy spiritually, get healthy intellectually. And in every one of those programs, whether you've joined them or admired other people that have completed them or not, one of the components that's the same for all of them is reading. Read something that nourishes your soul, nourishes your brain, supports your business aspirations, whatever it is. So I have a stack of books that I'm going to share today.
Oh.
And Valerie, you're welcome to share any as well. And we'll make sure to put the links to all of these in the chat. And I invited everybody that's watching that if they're reading a book that I don't mention, and they probably are, because I don't know them all. Now, if Dr. Russ Barnsworth's here, everything that anybody would put would be in his library, but that's okay. I would love to just spend one day in his office and have him turn his head so I could just borrow any book that I saw. So this is not going to come as a surprise to anybody that has been into any of our programs or has heard Valerie and I speak before, because this one is definitely on your must-read list. I wonder if that's the...
I can see it.
Can you?
Yeah,
Who
right there.
Owns the Ice House? 8 Life Lessons from an Unlikely Entrepreneur. This is co-written by Clifton Talbert and Gary Schoninger. And I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Clifton, but I absolutely adore Gary Schoninger. As
we all do.
Met him do. Such a genuine person. But this book, see, it's still not going to do it. Okay, I'm taking mine off because I don't want to have to fight with this. None.
Maybe I'll go get the book that I'm reading.
Okay, so this is Who Owns the Ice House, and this is it's such a fast read. You're really gonna love it. See, Gary autographed mine. We've said this before, but being an entrepreneur is a whole lot more than just owning a business or starting a business. It's a set of a mindset that you possess that it contains characteristics. I can't even talk. I get so excited about this book. And I probably have, this is the one that I don't mark up because it is the one that I got from Gary. But the one that I use for our classes, just like yours, a million sticky notes written all over the pages. It's just really a great read. You will get something out of this book, as I have, every single time you read it. And it talks about the kind of traits you need as a human, not necessarily as a business owner, but, empathy and responding instead of reacting, and seeing challenges as opportunities. I mean, I could go on. There's 8 of them, but then there's still much, much more in that book. You'll love the story, and then you will love the way it's tied into how to be a better human, how to find our place in society. So that's among my favorites. And then once you read that one, the next one is The Go-Giver. And This one was referred to me like just last year. And I'm not going to tell you much about it, except that it is a fictional story, I believe, a situation that you can follow along and you can apply it to your own business. It goes hand in hand with the entrepreneurial mindset, in that when you are serving others, you will reach your own goals. It's impossible not to. So The Go-Giver was really a moving book. I enjoyed reading that a lot. And that one is by Bob Berg and John David Mann. You good so far?
Good.
Okay. This one, once you've started building your business, Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
This puts in perspective how you reach your customers. This makes it makes sense, doesn't it? It does. All of a sudden you're not fighting yourself going, well, I don't know how to market. Well, build a story brand. And when you read this book, you will, the light bulbs and the synapses will be firing all over the place. I really love it.
I even use that concept when I'm writing speeches, when I'm a keynote or I'm asked to speak at, be a speaker at to a group. I use the method at a story brand.
Definitely applicable. And what I like about this is that there's also a website, and you can go on the website and you can get different activities that will help you develop a story brand for your business or for your speech. It's a really good book. Okay, so we're talking about how to market our business. If you've already gotten past building your business model, there are two books that I think are good for helping you build your business model. All In Startup is one, and the other one is the Startup Owner's Manual. But I'm going to say something. I'll put those in the chat. But I want to say something about reading these books about doing your business model or anything. Don't stick with one resource. Every person who's ever written a book about building a business has a different perspective, and it will make you think, and it'll give you ideas that may or may not apply to your business. So just because I say, this is a great one and this is a great one, I can tell you my bookcase isn't as big as Dr. Barnes, but I have like 5 different books on business modeling. And the reason I have 5 is because they all give me something unique, something important, and something that I can use both in my own businesses and in facilitating classes at Action Zone.
I don't think anybody has as an impressive bookshelves as Russ.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And to know that he's read all of them, that's crazy.
And knowing him multiple times.
Oh, definitely. Because you have a conversation with Russ and all of a sudden he disappears from the Zoom screen. You can kind of see his right shoulder in the background as he's reaching up on a bookshelf to get something. And he'll say, this is where I got this, or this is what I recommend for that. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. I love that, that he's a book lover and a word lover. We have some funny texts that we share related to words.
Yeah, yes, we do. Good morning, Lawrence Crow. He put a book in the chat, Leadership Secrets of Attila the Hun by Wes Roberts, Dr. Wes Roberts. Oh,
cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, me too. So.
And welcome. I don't remember seeing his name before.
I know. I think he's new to the group.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Yeah. Are you done with sharing books?
No.
Oh.
Well, but you can interject anytime.
No, you're on a roll.
Well, I only have 2 left. Have 2 left. I picked out 2, 4, 6, 7 books, one for every day of the week. No, you couldn't read one every day of the week. Unless it was hurricane season and you couldn't do anything else, or a hurricane was around. So this one is another good one, Subscribed. What's interesting about Subscribed is that, and we all see this in society, everything has become a subscription model. If I go on Amazon to buy dog food, I have the option to make a subscription out of it, get a recurring membership delivery of dog food. And while my dogs would love that, I resist that. Why? I don't know, because the reason think subscription plans work is because it solves that problem of the customer forgetting to do something, or not achieving something, or having a list a mile long of things to do. And so you neglect this one. So when you're subscribed to something, I don't know if you're like me, if I pay to subscribe to something, I go and read and participate and get involved because that's the value in it for me. I don't want to waste that money. By the same token, if I'm subscribed to something and it's not very effective, it's got to go. Right? I'm not wasting my money, but even if it was free, I'm not wasting my time. So Subscribed talks about the different subscription models that have kind of risen to the top over the years. Some you might not have ever even thought of, which was really interesting to me. But then how to
implement.
Thank you. I didn't have enough coffee on my tongue this morning. How you can implement that in your own business. And, there's some pretty interesting ways you could put a subscription model into some pretty interesting businesses. It doesn't necessarily, it's some you might not have ever thought of, but this will be getting your juices flowing. And last but not least, I do not recommend this book, as Valerie will know, because she has said the same thing. I do not recommend this book if you are just starting out your business. Once you've launched and you've got all of these ideas floating through your head and you're trying to manage the business and get customers and figure out when it's time to hire and all of those things that happen after you actually finish your model and launch it, then this is the book you want. Yep, this is the book you want. This will help you in the early stages after launch. This will help you formulate how you're going to build and grow your company. I believe the kind of mistakes that are commonly made, you can avoid when you've read this book. If you've been in business for a while and you're like, I just can't figure out why I'm not growing like I want to grow, then this book will give you some insight into the things that are happening in your company that you may not even have thought of and how you can correct those. And I can tell you that all of us at Action Zone have read this book. And then when we started implementing some of that, so I got it right that time, it's shocking how activity just bustled. It just took off like a train. And it's because the right butts were in the right seats and our vision was better. Of course, we had Dr. Barnes mission mapping to help us along. But all of those tools together just made an incredible difference in our little nonprofit. So I highly advocate it. So that's my list of 7 books for this week. I think once a month, I'll do 7 books.
Little big nonprofit.
That's true. Little big nonprofit. That's true. Little big powerful, the little engine that could.
Yeah.
And did.
Yep. Like choo-choo for sure. I'm glad that we're still using the train analogy and we've stopped using I'm running this far in front of it before it runs my ass down. Oh, so funny. Well, I'm reading right now. Because you've already read all those books. What are you reading, literally reading right now?
Right now, I'm reading one that Paul Ferreira recommended called The Miracle Morning. And I will definitely be talking about that one.
I'm reading.
Oh, wow. I haven't gotten that yet.
Oh, it's very, it's fun. It's interesting. It's powerful. Yeah. And most of my books are still in storage. We have taken all of our boxes out of storage from when we got hit by the hurricane. But I don't have little tabbies, but you can see all the dog ears and all the notes.
I think, and I know Todd doesn't get on here, but we'll tag him in this. I think I'm going to order that book so I can read it on vacation next week. That's what I will do.
Yeah, it is. Well, I don't want to ruin it for everybody that wants to read it, but it is really good. And I will be implementing some of these, not only in some of the lessons that I'm taking from this book, not only in Luminary, but also Action Zone. So yeah, it's really good.
No, I can't wait to try it, to see it and read it.
I was disappointed. I went to Chicago last week, and in a rush to get out the door, because I'm always like the last minute person. I left it. I left the book on my nightstand. I was so upset. I was 2.5 hour flight and I didn't have my book to read.
Aww.
It was miserable. But worked instead. I just powered up the computer. I mean, I need to do something to take up my time. 2.5 hours was a long time to sit still for me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. For you.
Mhm. Do you see
Definitely.
my new hat?
Oh, very cool. I like that. Where'd you get that?
I was looking for, I was a guest veteran on, the Ybor Heroes Parade.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking for a hat to, or I was just looking for some, military kind of clothing. And I came across this hat. I was like, oh, I need to get that and start wearing it for in the zone instead of my
Yeah.
black one.
Very good. Very good. I'd show you my new hat, but I am saving it.
Oh, for your cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm really excited. I know how much you love cruising, and I'm so excited that you get to finally get back on one out of 2020 before 2021 ends.
I'll put this disclaimer out. Anybody that's on a friend of mine on my personal Facebook page, I am not owning anything. It is post-COVID cruise deprivation delirium taking over. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh goodness! A good thing you don't drink really a whole lot, because if you got the drink package, man, I might have to come get you out of jail in some other country.
Well, I was going to talk to you about that today. I really do need you to hold bail money because they gave me the drink package, and while I don't drink a lot, it ought to be interesting.
Well, I'd fly across the world to get you out of jail, Battle.
Yeah. You don't have to fly. You can just wire us some bail money. You'll be fine. I thought I'd send you a copy of my passport just in case I get left behind a country.
Yes, we need to make sure we have the rescue package together.
Please, please. And there's no blackmailing me on the photos that get posted because I just don't care. You can sell them to whoever will pay for them. Good for you. Entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, good thing we know a lawyer or two.
Yeah, I know. I should put them on speed dial on my phone.
Yeah, for sure.
So what else is going on this week? We put the link up last week for registration for the information sessions on the programs that are coming up. We're going to be starting the class, the next cohort in August, which is just right around the corner. I believe it's the third week in August. And prior to that, on the 12th and the 16th, we're having some online information sessions. So if you can take, half an hour, 45 minutes or so to come and listen to what the program is about and tell us about you so that we know whether or not it's the right fit. We don't like to put people in the program that are either not ready for it or they need something different. So we take the time to really talk with everybody that gets involved so that they know what they're getting into and that it is a good fit. So we'll put those links again in today's chat.
Yeah, and thanks to COVID, we now are able to deliver our program. Well, it's going to be hybrid this time.
Right? That's right.
Yeah, it's going to be a hybrid.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh. I was ordering Todd's book. I just tomorrow.
That's why you're not a very good multitasker.
I know, because I get focused. When I was a kid, I could sit and read a book and not hear anything going on around me. And when my kids were little and I would do the same thing, they couldn't understand where mommy went. I mean, she's right there. Her shell is there, but she is gone because I was in a book.
What was
the question?
I was saying how this is going to be hybrid for the first time. Like we ran 2.3, yes, because we had just started, summer. Anyway, we ran three very successful virtual cohorts since the shutdown last March. Can't believe it's been over a year. And so this cohort is going to be hybrid, which we haven't experienced hybrid in other opportunities that we've taken part of, so we know it works. But my back.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh,
don't do that.
I know that hurt. I gotta catch my breath. So because of this hybrid, then you don't have to be in Tampa to participate.
You don't even have to be in Florida.
Yes, Jason Furman, one of my battle buddies from Bunker Labs, he is in New Jersey and he did it. So we are.
Yep, we had a Pennsylvania, somebody that was up in Pennsylvania. And it seemed to me there was somebody else out of state and I can never remember who it was, but
Texas. We had a
that's right, Texas.
Davis.
That's right.
So,
Either they got unable to return to Florida and so they took the class from where they sat. And we did make some enhancements to the program to kind of facilitate that. We were so afraid that the experience wouldn't be the same. Now I am looking forward to being back in the same room with people, because that still is maybe not the best way, but it's still a great way. But we kind of thought maybe we wouldn't be able to replicate the experience being virtual.
Yeah.
And we're really shocked to find out that it wasn't the venue or the medium with which we were seeing people. It was the people themselves. And so, we did some extra things that we're going to carry through moving forward. We have a midweek meetup that gives you an opportunity. Either after the class, you had some questions over some of the stuff that you were trying to implement for your own business. Today, the word of the day is implement. Can you say implement?
Can you say 3 times really fast?
No. Anyway, the midweek meetup, we're going to continue because if you were in class and you had some challenges, either trying to apply that or implement it or execute it into your business structure for that week, then Wednesdays was a great place to come in and ask those questions. If you just wanted to come in and hang out for an hour, a couple of them lasted a couple of hours because we just hung out. And the midweek meetups are not just for the people in the cohort. They're open to anybody that's been in an Action Zone program since 2018. And we've had lots of visitors from back in 2018 and 19 and 20. So it's always exciting. It expands your network of people that you know, which has the reason that's important is because John sitting on that side of the room or on that side of the Zoom screen, because we do these virtually, and Steve sitting in this little Hollywood square over here, they happen to have something, an individual in common that can help both of their businesses, but John didn't know about it. So Steve can make that recommendation and do the warm introduction, a soft handoff to somebody that they know. We saw that a dozen or so times just in the last cohort. So very effective. And who doesn't want to meet new people? Make new friends. I should never sing on Zoom.
No, well,
doesn't sound the same as in my car.
Well, when you have the windows rolled down, the wind's blowing in your hair, and
I am a road diva.
Singing at the top of your lungs. That's awesome. I think that part of the reason why, two reasons why our virtual community has worked so well is probably about 90% of our participants over the years, as hard as it is sometimes for veterans and military members to be vulnerable, they quickly learn that the sooner they get to that point, the more they're going to grow in the class.
Yep.
So that's, and I think for most of them, now that when they were doing it virtually, they seemed more eager to get to that point. And then, of course, one of our success, or part of the reason why we're so successful is because of like me and you are touchy feely, and it's very it's like coming home to family when you get into one of our cohorts. So and then we got Russ and Wally and Jeremy. They're all just they're easy personalities, so it makes everybody in the cohort feel very welcomed.
Yep. And supported. Yeah. They know that if something is going on that they need help with, if one of us don't know the answer, we can find somebody that does, and they get connected pretty quickly. You spend a whole lot less time searching the internet and questioning your friends about how can I find XYZ. You ask in an Action Zone cohort and somebody knows somebody.
Yep. I know a guy. Shh. The only
Yeah,
thing
my
you're allowed to do is
favorite
laugh.
saying, I know a guy.
That's so funny. Well, I have to sign off early today because I have to go get my TSA interview.
Oh, so you can get Ryan on and off really quickly?
Yeah, well, you're supposed to be able to just do it online to renew it, but for some reason I have to physically go in, so.
That's because you're highly suspect.
Well, that might be the case. No, maybe it's because I was born in Vietnam. I don't know, but this is the first time I'm having to renew it, so I'm going to ask those questions.
You do that. I hope
Why
you
me?
get good answers. I know.
I'm too busy for this.
Yeah, well, but then when it's done, it's done. And maybe next year they won't ask you again. They go,
Maybe.
"Oh, Valerie, we know her. It's not." Not everybody will say that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Nobody. There are some people that don't want to admit that they know me.
Well, I hope everybody has a great week. We'll make sure to I'll put links to each of those books in the chat session. I will also put the links to the Eventbrite events for August 12th and August 16th. And we will see you next Monday.
All right.
Have a great week.
See you, Bat. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.